Queen Sonja of Norway opens an exhibition in Stockholm. The royal family of Belgium participate in Car-Free Sunday in Mechelen. Princess Alexia of the Netherlands moves to London. And King Frederik X of Denmark attends a car rally in Germany. All this and much more coming up next on your Royal Daily News. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Alexandra, and welcome to your Royal Daily News for Sunday, September 22nd, 2024. On Saturday in Bad Børrelberg, His Majesty King Frederik X of Denmark, accompanied by their Serene Highnesses Prince Gustav and Princess Carina of Sayn-Wittgenstein-Berleburg, and their son, Prince Gustav Albrecht, attended the third edition of the Royal Classic Rally, held in the inner courtyard at Schloss Berleburg. According to a press release, the three-day Royal Classic is a vintage car rally for classic Porsches. Quote, not a rally in the traditional sense, but an orientation drive with regularity tests in accordance with the road traffic regulations. For the third edition, only air-cooled and transaxle Porsches built before 1998 are permitted, and the number of participants is limited to 150 vehicles. Walter Röhrl, legendary rally world champion, is not only the namesake and patron of the event, but he is also an active participant and swaps his rally outfit for a comfortable flat cap and casual polo shirt. End quote. Well, that's nice. You gotta be comfy when you drive. In Munich, His Royal Highness Duke Franz of Bavaria and his longtime partner, Mr. Thomas Greinwald, attended the traditional cake tapping at the Schottenhamel tent, thus opening the 189th Oktoberfest. This afternoon, Her Royal Highness, the Princess Royal, attended a commemoration ceremony on the occasion of the 80th anniversary of the Battle of Arnhem. According to Buckingham Palace, quote, at Arnhem Oosterbeek War Cemetery, the princess joined veterans, armed forces personnel, and the public in remembrance by placing a wreath at the Cross of Sacrifice. End quote. On Saturday, His Majesty King Willem-Alexander of the Netherlands attended a commemoration ceremony on the Hinckelse Heide near the town of Ede on the occasion of the 80th anniversary of Operation Market Garden and the year-long celebration, 80 Years of Freedom. As I mentioned on Friday, September 13th, the Kingdom of the Netherlands will hold celebrations and commemoration ceremonies throughout the country from September 12th through August 15th, 2025, on the occasion of the 80th anniversary of the liberation of the Netherlands. Members of the royal family will attend several commemorative ceremonies to, quote, show their support for the commitment to freedom, justice, and democracy, values that should never be taken for granted. End quote. On September 17th through 25th, 1944, over 30,000 paratroopers from the Allied forces, the United States, from the 82nd and 101st Airborne Divisions, Polish, from the 1st Independent Parachute Brigade, and the British, 1st Airborne Division with air support from the Royal Canadian Air Force, participated in Operation Market Garden. In a summary from the Liberation Route Europe, in the early summer of 1944, British Field Marshal Bernard Montgomery came up with a plan to, quote, outflank the German defenses along the Rhine and to ensure a swift advance towards the heart of Nazi Germany. The operation consisted of two parts. Operation Market was the airborne operation carried out by the British, American, and Polish airborne forces. Their goal was to secure key bridges over the Maas, Waal, and Rhine rivers. Operation Garden was the name of the ground offensive in which the British 30th Corps would have to relieve the airborne forces at the captured bridges as soon as possible. Operation Market Garden was highly ambitious and, in the end, did not succeed. Bad weather in England hampered the arrival of reinforcements and supplies. Furthermore, the German opposition was much heavier than expected. German units cut off the line of advance of ground forces several times, and the route became known as Hell's Highway. Allied forces failed to hold the bridge at Arnhem, and this became the proverbial "a bridge too far." End quote. During the moving ceremony, the king placed a wreath at the foot of the airborne monument, listened to speeches, and spent time with veterans from the Allied forces who served during Operation Market Garden in 1944. Just on a side note, if you're interested in watching several films about the liberation of the Netherlands, I highly recommend A Bridge Too Far, The Forgotten Battle, and one of my all-time favorite television series, Band of Brothers. This morning in Den Haag, RVD announced that Her Royal Highness Princess Alexia of the Netherlands moved to London, where she will begin university later this week. The princess, who is the second child of Their Majesties King Willem-Alexander and Queen Maxima of the Netherlands, will major in science and engineering for social change at the Faculty of Engineering of the University College, London. Her Majesty Queen Mathilde of the Belgians, as an advocate of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, arrived in New York City on Friday to participate in the 79th General Assembly of the United Nations. On Saturday, the Queen held a meeting with the United Nations Secretary-General, Mr. Antonio Guterres, and the Deputy Secretary-General of the United Nations, Ms. Amina Mohammed. The Queen also participated in 2 other high-level meetings at the United Nations headquarters, as well as met with 3 young Belgians participating in this General Assembly as youth spokespersons. This afternoon, His Majesty King Philippe of the Belgians and Her Royal Highness Princess Eleanor of Belgium cycled through the streets of Mechelen on the occasion of Car-Free Sunday. According to the Royal Court of Belgium, today's event concludes the 2024 European Mobility Week, which raises awareness among European citizens about alternative and more sustainable modes of transport, such as carpooling, shared cars, cycling, and public transport. On Saturday, the King presided over the inauguration of the new STIB tramline number 10. According to the Royal Court of Belgium, the tramline number 10 begins in, quote, Nader over Heembeek, and offers passengers a direct and fast connection between the military hospital and the Churchill stop in Uccle, passing through the city center of Brussels. End quote. And finally, on Friday in Stockholm, Her Majesty Queen Sonja of Norway presided over the opening of the exhibition entitled Hartevig Hill, Dream and Reality, at Prince Eugen's Valdemarsudde. According to a press release, on September 21st, visitors are, quote, invited to discover the works of Norwegian painter Mr. Lars Hartevig. Hartevig's expressive works will be shown in an intriguing dialogue with works by well-known Swedish painter Mr. Carl Fredrik Hill. Though they are both highly individualistic artists and belong to 2 different generations, there are intriguing correspondences to discover between the lives and artistic legacies of Hartevig and Hill. The exhibition comprises some 100 paintings and drawings. The exhibition was curated in collaboration with the Stavanger Art Museum and the Nordic Institute of Art. End quote. Hartevig Hill, Dream and Reality will be open to the public on September 21st, 2024 through January 26, 2025 at Prince Eugen's Valdemarsudde. And there you have it. Thank you all so much for joining me this afternoon. I really do appreciate it. Thank you. I will be back tomorrow, on Monday, September 23rd, with all the latest royal news and events. Until then, I sincerely wish each and every one of you, your family, and your friends a wonderful Sunday afternoon. Take care, everyone, and I will see you all tomorrow.